Do you have a, I mean,
Colleen, did
do you have another time slot that we can find this again? And it would be nice to see a different besides Spy.
Okay, you want to grab just, you want me to find one real quick or
No, if you
are we
have one,
good?
if you have one, but if not,
Uh,
or if anyone else has seen something else like that.
Let me hold on real quick. Let me see if I can find something real quick. Let's see. Let's just type in. Let's type in Micron. What did Micron do today?
Comma.
Donna, you got something? Is that Donna?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I thought I didn't know I had to. You know what? Well, you know what? I didn't do anything today. Friday I was in Tesla, which was really awesome. But nothing today.
Okay. There's
I took a
Micron.
picture of the screen and I was saving it, so I was making some notes.
Okay.
So that's
You want
why
me to
you
pull
heard
up
my voice.
Tesla? You want me to pull up Tesla real quick? Is that, you
From
want to see that?
Friday.
Yeah, let's do Tesla.
Okay.
Sure.
Tesla went crazy today, actually.
Yeah, but I like Tesla on Friday. That's about the only time I really
From Friday, let me, okay, today,
zero.
go back. Okay, so this is
That expires on
Wednesday,
Friday.
Tuesday, that's Monday. Okay, so it's this one right here. Okay,
Uh-huh.
okay, let me scroll that
But
over.
Donna, let me guess, cheap options on Friday or cheaper options on Friday.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the
Yeah,
only-
it was the 750 call. It had dropped down to like 127, something like that. But by the time I noticed it, it was at 2. And that thing went all the way up to 14, 15. So it was
This trade.
Wow, wow,
Oh, yeah.
that's a vacation trade right there.
But you know what? You gotta be careful because it can easily reverse
Went
on
the other
you,
way.
and
Yeah,
they just can just eat you up.
yeah,
And
that's true.
so, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Especially
at least
on
your risk was
Friday.
limited to $200.
Huh? I know.
At least your
It
risk was
was,
limited to $200.
say again?
At least your risk was limited to $200.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, Donna, there you go. Talk to me. So what happened now?
Yeah, well, it was before, you know.
Was it this tray here? Was it this one?
So got it all the way down there. I can't remember where it was. I could probably, did I write it down? That's the thing that I have to remember to write down my trades. I took Apple, I wrote that down, but I did not write this down, which is, I really have to work on that because I notice it keeps you accountable. But yeah, I can't remember exactly where it was. I know it was like, I paid $214 for it and just went all the way up. And I was happy when I got out because the seed dropped down, but then it went back up again. But you know, by that time I was already out. So yeah, the 3 legs. But now it's good to see that, to count those legs up. Yeah.
Nothing up here to stop it.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing up there to stop it. Had a good, well, quasi picture of strength, but not really.
It
Not
wasn't.
really
It wasn't. And I
Yeah,
kind of
not really.
hesitated, but then I said, darn, it's Friday. It's looking good. Let me just go for it. So.
Okay.
But also, Mr. Tony, it went from narrow to wide. Just
It
like
did go from narrow to wide. It wasn't exactly, the way we like to
Okay.
see it, but it
Yeah.
did go from narrow to wide. This first leg started off kind of in the trap zone right down in here, but that's okay. You're just acknowledging that it exists, that it occurred. You could have came in here and caught the second leg and caught the third leg. That would have been cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to say, I can't see the time on your thing, but it was probably 9:40 something-ish.
Yeah, because this is
Nine.
this is 10 o'clock right here, Donna. This is 10
Oh,
o'clock.
it's 10,
right-
okay.
This is
okay.
10 right here. Yeah, this is
Mhm.
10 right here.
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right. Well, okay. Well, hey, now you know. I'm sorry.
Yeah. And also like remember the legs and just watch your 8 and your 20. Definitely. Those are good cues. good,
Okay.
good tools to have.
Okay.
I have a question, Mr. Tony.
Sure, go right ahead.
On that second leg that you see on Tesla, when you're like, all right, I'm going to see if it's going to get a third leg, where are you placing your stop when it's, running sideways, towards the 8?
What do you want to do? Do you want to go because remember, you got an option. You can go candle by candle, or you can use the 8. The choice is yours.
Just use it. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, the choice is yours. In this case, the 8 was, it was there. I mean, the 8 was, if that's not the 8 train.
I use the 8, but from now on, I'm gonna, make sure I'm gonna be counting those legs up or down.
Yeah.
See where we are.
And
But yeah, I use the 8.
the sign, I mean, the tip off is that sideways move, okay?
Yep.
That's the tip, okay?
Mhm.
That sideways move, letting you know, okay, we're taking our pause, for our next move, okay? If it breaks it, then okay, well, there's no more leg. It only had 1 or 2 or whatever. But you're going to find it's going to be somewhere between 3 and 5 is where they're going to occur where the transition is going to occur on the bigger moves. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? Google was also, well, Amazon was great for this. I haven't really done it much since they split. And I don't really like doing Google too much, but anyways, Amazon, Tesla were really awesome on Fridays.
Okay.
Yeah, you could do some damage, catch them.
All right, so we're good with this, right? Everybody, I'm sorry I didn't include, but you got it now. And Patrick will find a place to.
Makes sense.
We'll put
Well,
this.
Mr. Tony, you gave us so much, you can only give us so much at one time, It was like pumping a fire hose down our throats, so
I jumped in Tesla this morning too, right? Once they got outside the trap zone, I jumped in and keeping my eye on the 20 as I rode the 8. And right before that high, that candle before the 2 red candles, I got out right there because I was looking at the 20 and said, this is a nice profit and it's trying to get out there a ways. That's good, I took the money and ran, and it didn't do much higher than that anyway. So thank you.
Okay, fantastic. All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna bring the TD Ameritrade in, if that's okay. Let me get that over there.
So Tony, I told you we can never find the bottom.
Well, it's because the guy you're working with can't remember everything. Hey, John, but I'm so glad, John, that you said what you said last class. And then Richard, when you posted that in on Facebook, and I was thinking, well, didn't we talked about this, right? Didn't we cover this? Because John, I remember you saying last week or last class, you were like, oh, this is really good stuff. And I was like, yeah, but we already covered this. And then when you posted that and you were saying, well, I think I missed like another $1.50 because I didn't catch the other legs. And I was like, oh man, did I cover that?
I remember you talking about, when you're getting those runs, like it's going to trade over to the 8 or trade sideways before it makes another leg down. I do remember that, but tying in like the 3 to 5 with that, I think that's kind of where the disconnect.
All right. Okay. And that's what I figured. That's why when John said that last week, and I was kind of like, we already talked about that. You were like, this is good. John, you said this is good stuff. And I was like, we already did this. Apparently.
well, you've forgotten more about trading than most people ever knew in the first place. So
Right?
All right. So, okay. So you guys ready? You want to pick a date and the time and let's kind of go through some of the stuff that we hopefully are sharpening our tools with.
Sure. How
Can
about
we do today or
how about
I don't
Amazon?
actually.
Okay. Okay. Okay, let's take a consensus. Amazon,
Yeah,
Okay.
Amazon works.
Amazon,
works.
yes.
Amazon.
Okay.
Are we able to do today?
No,
Kind of a crazy.
no.
Okay.
That would be
Unfortunately,
cool.
unfortunately, it only
24
goes
hours.
back to the 7th, it looks like.
Is it only the 7th?
No, the 11th. It goes
Yeah,
back to the
oh, 2
11th.
days. Yeah, I said 24 hours. Yeah.
Yeah. Any particular day for Amazon?
Random.
Random
On a Thursday.
on a Thursday.
Last
So
Thursday.
how about the 7th?
Sure.
Okay. I think, is this the 7th here?
Yeah.
This might be the 7th already. All right. Well, I don't want to pick one we already saw.
Did we do the 7th? No, we didn't do the 7th.
Yeah, but I think, isn't this the 7th right here? Isn't this showing the 7th? Okay, let's
Yeah,
see.
yeah, it is.
This is showing the 7th right now because that
Sure
box
is.
is,
Yep.
Okay.
So you need to set the time first. Set the time first because it's going to show us. It's gonna
okay,
show-
because we don't want to see the, so we're going to do 6:30, right?
Yep, your time. Yep.
Uh,
So what time you get up in the morning, Mr. Tony, to
6.
6? Okay.
Yeah, because I only live like 5 minutes away from here. Okay, and so we'll do that. I don't
Let's see.
think
Didn't
that
change.
worked.
Didn't change it, Mr. Tony.
It
Did
did
not
not.
change.
Okay, so
Did not change. The time didn't change yet.
You
Okay,
have to click the go, like every time you change the time, click the date again and then click go. And
Okay, so-
and then
so-
it'll take a pause and it'll flash, and that's when it's buffering. If you look to the left, the top left, it'll always say pre-buffering. And sometimes it just takes a little longer than you expect.
so Mel, so right now, hit go now
Yes.
with the 6:30 in there? Okay. So it changed back and went back to that.
Oh,
15:30.
okay, so click 6:30 and then click out of 7 of the 7th, click the 6th or the 8th, and then click back on 7 and hit go. It takes like a firm click.
Okay,
I do this every single day.
and then go to hit the 7 now, Mel?
Hit the 7
Okay, all right, I'm
and
getting
then
hard.
hit go,
Now here you
and
go.
it should change.
It did not. It went
Oh,
back to
okay, so
15:30.
click out of the 7th and then click back into it.
And then we'll
Does
go-
he have to enter 6:30 and then the
You
colon?
might have to do
00?
06:30.00 colon.
Try that. Colon 30.00.
Yeah.
And now hit 7. And then hit colon
Colon-
10,
The second.
00.
Colon 00.
Okay. And now hit the go or hit the
Hit the
box?
7th, because we're doing the
The
7th. right?
7th?
And hit go.
Okay.
There we go.
Oh, cool. All right. So now it's going to start right here, right?
Yeah, it's pre-buffering. If you look at the top left corner, you see it
Gotcha, over
pre-buffering.
here.
It's gonna flash and then it'll be ready to go.
Okay, real-time data. Okay, here we go, guys. Oh, hold on a second. I gotta stop. Hold on. Gotta draw lines. Hold on. So we go back, actually, that was the high. Okay, wow, we got a big trap zone, guys. Let's go out to 7:30. It's gonna be an hour there, and then we got 200. What's that about right there? It's big trap zone. It's about
Which reminds me,
7:30.
trap zones for tomorrow are very narrow.
Ah, interesting. There you go. Okay, so I got to go out to click it, then I'll turn it back on. So let me do this. Go here. I'm gonna go to this one, right? To this one, and then I'll put the lines back up. Okay. Okay. Oh, let me get ready to stop too. Okay. All right, so we're developing a red candle underneath. Okay, the trap zone, which is kind of where we want to see it in the #1 position, but we got time. We don't have to, when I'm looking at this, I got time. I'm not racing. I don't have to be in here on this first candle. Something to keep in mind too. I think we talked about, being patient.
Well, you don't want to be on the first candle, do you?
Not necessarily, not unless I get a very well-defined candle that just like, if there was a candle that just came out here and it was like a red candle, boom, I'd be like, yeah, let me go ahead and take a position, take the trade and put a stop in real quick. But we're not getting that here. And you don't have to do it. I mean, I'm just saying, you don't have to be in on the first candle. This thing's going a little slow.
Would the narrow to wide concept kind of apply to trap zones as well? Being a wide trap zone?
I would say yes, because it's kind of universal. It doesn't matter. I mean, other than the fact that we do have a lot of manipulation, Richard, happened in that first hour, I mean, the candles do what they do, of course, but that narrow to wide thing has served me well for years and years and years. I mean, it just kind of gives me a little bit of I'm not going to say confidence, but it's kind of reassuring going, okay, this thing got to come back at some point. It's got to try to find its way back home.
Yeah.
And I'm going to wait till I find a setup, that's gonna tell me it's headed back home or something. Yeah. So this thing, okay. So should I speed it up because we're inside the trap zone?
Yep.
You want to speed it up just a little bit?
A little bit, just
Okay. All right.
come forward.
Okay. Let's go ahead. Give it one click. Put our lines back in there. Okay. Wow. Look at all that. Look at all that. Can't even trade it. Can't even take any of that. And that's why, even though this started off and went down in negative territory, it came back. Also, too, hold on a second. I gotta stop. We gotta stop. Oh, let me do it. We gotta stop and talk about something for a minute. Okay. Look at the day before. We've talked about this before. Look at the sell-off that happened the day before. These are all the shorts, and what are they doing?
Covering.
Covering.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. Go ahead. Start that. Okay.
So since they're covering, that's naturally going to drive the price up.
Yeah. But look where it drove it back up to.
The
Right
level of
here.
the day before,
Yeah.
3 o'clock.
Yeah.
3 o'clock the day before.
Yeah.
Like that's what
So-
happened today as well, with SPY, but I didn't think that it was that large of a move to the downside. But they ran it up pretty quickly.
In SPY today.
Yeah.
I'm gonna speed this up because
Mhm.
we all are good with that. Okay, speed it up. Let's go ahead and hit it. What's funny, John? What's up?
Bad boy does not want to cooperate with our trading wishes.
Yeah, I know. Well, we don't know what we're gonna get, right? I mean, just like regular trade, we don't know what we're gonna get. Every day is different. Every day is unique.
Like
Yeah.
a box of chocolate. You never know what you're going to get, right?
Yeah, Forrest Gump. A box of chocolates. Let's go ahead and speed up just a little bit more because I think we're almost out of our first. No, we're still got another.
Yikes.
20 minutes left here.
Well, that's why we have multiple stocks on our screen, right?
And there it is. Here's Amazon. I don't trade it obviously, but when you've got your 5 there, or your 3 or 5, whatever it is, you're looking around to see what's providing you with the best setup. And if obviously from this particular day, this setup, it's not really offering a whole lot so far. Okay, let's keep it going. I'm gonna speed it up a little bit. Let's click.
And the day before it was choppy as all get out.
All right, so really, the cutoff is about right here. The lines kind of get extended as I hit this. So but the cutoff for the first hour is about right there. Let's do it one more time. Let's speed it up. Okay. We're almost out of that first hour. Let me do it one more time. Yeah, we don't know what we're going to get till we do it. Just like early trading. Okay, so now we're out into the open water here. Let me do this real quick here too. Let me get rid of these lines here. So,
Mr. Tony, maybe I missed this part, but I heard somebody talking about a wedge.
yeah. What about it, John?
What is your definition of a wedge?
If I've got a flat 200, which this is not,
Mhm.
and then I would have that 8 and that 20 coming back down into it, you know, and I would have a little bit of a high to low, kind of like a, let me, you know, we'll let this go. Let me draw it real quick.
And usually a wedge is a bullish.
It doesn't know, it can be bullish or bearish, doesn't matter.
Okay.
But I want to see a 200 similar to that. And I want to see a high to low. I want to see a look like that with maybe that being the 8 and, you know, that being the 20, kind of like that. Because I'm assuming that this is going to occur. You know. And the 20 is going to come, you know, somewhere in there. So when I see that, I'm thinking, okay, I like that wedge, but I want the 200 to be flat. I'm really kind of a stickler on that, at least for that particular setup. I mean, you know, we got a bunch of them, you know. It's also the picture of weakness. You know, people say, well, here's the picture of weakness right down here. Yeah, well, yeah, but maybe I could have caught the trade up here. If I recognized what was occurring, I could have caught the trade, you know, maybe in here somewhere. Yeah, let me get rid of that real quick. Okay.
And
All right.
speaking of weak, it appears that Amazon, well, I don't know.
You guys want to keep trading it? Or you want to find out? Let's give it a little bit. Let's try one. Let's give it a few more clicks. Let's see if we get a little action out of this thing. Okay. And hey, Mel, how do I make this thing go wider? I want to kind of spread it out. It's too narrow.
Okay, so you're gonna highlight the day, start at the Thursday line.
Like right here
Highlight the screen, yes, correct.
and go.
As far as you want to go.
Okay, let's just go to there. Oh, okay. All right, it's just easier for me to see. It's a little easier,
Yes.
I think, yeah, okay. Okay, so what do we see here? Do we see a trade here? Hold on a second. Do we see a trade? We got 3 candles. It failed to have any follow through there. We did have, you know, we had a little bounce right off that 200 there. We could be forming a little bit of a move here. This could be that sideways leg, the first leg here also too. We could be getting one of those, and we could get one of those happening. Let's see what happens here. So this could be leg 1 if in fact we're going to get support off the 200. Got the 8 and the 20 moving in a pretty decent direction. I don't like that 8 flattening out, but that's okay. Let's see. It's primarily because we're getting a sideways move here. We all good with that? Oh, look at that. Coming down, touching the 8. Do you guys like the 8? I mean, for me, the 8 has saved my butt so many times. Are you guys enjoying having the 8 on your screen?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Is it touching the 8 or is it touching the 20 at this point?
This is the 8, the blue is the 20.
Okay, gotcha. All right.
Yep.
So it's doing what it's supposed to do.
It's trading sideways. This might be one of the first legs. I don't know what happened this particular day. You want me to speak? Can we click it?
Sure.
Okay, let's click it and speed up just a little bit. Let's see what happens here. Okay, and then Mel said we can do this and kind of do that. Okay, all right, hold on. Let me draw some lines real quick here. So we got that. We got that. So what do you, oops. man,
The concerning thing though are those topping tails.
Okay.
It's not
We
really
got 'em
showing.
there.
It's not
So-
showing any strength.
So let's stop right here. Let's stop right here. This is a good point. It's a good point. It's a good point. Good point. Okay, so we have topping tails, not the greatest topping tails, but it's a topping, couple little weaker kind of little topping tails. Okay, but we also have what could be considered the first leg, what we talked about earlier, right? Okay, could have the first leg right here, right? Okay. What would you like to do as a trader? Or I want to hear what you guys think, and then I'll tell you what I would do.
I don't want to do anything right now.
Okay.
Is it,
Anybody
are we
else?
still keeping the trap zone into consideration too?
No, we're out back
Okay,
here.
cool.
We're at 7. It's past 7:30 now. Colleen.
Okay,
Oh.
perfect.
I don't want to do anything.
Yeah, I
would
don't think
stay
I
in
would
it.
either.
If I got in it, I would stay in it because, you know, the 8's still pretty good. I mean, that candle touched, but we need another one to go lower. So, and the 20 is kind of far away, so still looking decent.
It seems like every time that it hits 115, around 115 and 10 cents, it gets it stops there and comes back.
And I would check the 5-minute time frame just to see if I was on the right track.
A good idea, no?
Okay. Anybody else?
It sometimes go to like 118, 116, you know, and when it falls recently, it's been going down to like 106. It used to go to 103.
So you
But
trade
it
this
hasn't
stock,
gotten
right?
there. No, I watch it. I have a long position in it, and I watch it until January 2023. But I don't trade in and out of it.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
today
I-
it went down to 106.
It's
And
one
then-
of my. It's one of the. I have that Apple, Tesla, and Baba and Facebook. I have them on my screens.
Okay. So you want to know what I'm doing here?
What?
I'm taking the trade.
Why?
Good.
I'm putting the stop right here. I got this bottoming tail right here. I got the first leg. Let's see if I can get something else. I got this candle, this bottoming tail. It retraced this candle right here. We had some strength. All this is nothing more than a sideways move back into a GIF, right? You know, because we had the strength.
Right. But those topping tails aren't bothering you?
They're not bothering me because they're weak.
Okay.
They're weak. If there's, so let me, I'm really kind of glad we're doing this. I'm actually enjoying this a little bit. If that was like, whoops. If it looked like that, and this one looked like, you know what I'm saying? If they look bigger, if they were fatter, right?
Uh-huh.
Then I'd be a little bit more like, oh, okay, that's showing a little bit of strength. Okay, cool. It's got a little body there. I'd be like, okay, you might want to respect that. But for me, personally, okay, I know that I've got an upward 8, I've got an upward 20, I got a flat-ish to upside 200. It showed me some strength here on this first leg. Let's see what happens. I put a stop in underneath this candle. If I get stopped out, I get stopped out. But if it runs, okay, so I got to turn this off. I got to go back. I'm going to hit this. No, I got to clean all that stuff out. Let me take all that off. Okay, Mel, you said, yeah, turn it off. Okay, there it is. Right? It's kind of cool. Okay, So now I'm going to move my stop from here. Okay. I'm probably going to put it on this other strength green candle right here. Probably going to take my stop and put it, let's go back to white. Probably going to put my stop right here
So when did you take the trade?
on this candle right here. I
Okay.
like this candle and retracing this red candle right here with the upward 8 and the upward 20 and the flattish 200.
Did you take it when the candle was finished, or say about a minute and 30 seconds through?
Well, I probably, to be honest with you, John, I probably would have been somewhere like right around in here, to be honest with you.
That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
And then I would have put my stop right there.
Oh, Mr. Tony, by the way, we can take trades. You can, the next one, if our next stock, you can actually take the trade and show us what you would have profited
Okay.
or lost.
All right. Okay. You guys go. I'm so sorry that I don't know this platform better. I've got to, obviously I'm going to have to learn it a little bit better, spend more time on it. Okay, let's do this. Let's go ahead. Let's turn it on. Let's see what happens here. Okay. We're going to do this, right? Okay. Get rid of all those lines. So I think my last one was under the green candle.
Right.
Oh,
That's
and hold
correct.
on a second. Let's pause it. Let's pause this too, because I want to bring up a point. How do I, I gotta get out of
It's
here.
paused. It's paused.
Is it paused?
Yes, paused.
Okay. So let me draw some lines here. Basically what we were talking about earlier. Should I move up? I don't know if I can consider that. It's kind of, and they're not going to be straight all the time. That's the whole thing. But to me, this is still trading sideways, to be honest with you. I mean, I'm going to say it's still trading sideways. Okay. So let's go back and say this was leg one. This was leg two. And let's see if we get a third leg out of it. Are we all kind of cool with that? And by the way, at this particular point, I'm just riding the 8. I've come off of candle by candle now because I'm thinking maybe I can catch an 8 train. Are we in agreement with that?
Yes.
Okay. Everybody's getting quiet.
I gave you a thumbs up. Help yourself.
Mr. Tony, you know what's interesting is because now we're looking at multiple principles, right? And so you're seeing, and I was just thinking about it in my head right now as well, is you're seeing the layers on the layers on the layers on the layers on the layers. And so as we're going through the lesson and we look at something new and at a new principle, so to speak, like something like this, where you're breaking down the Fibonacci a little bit differently, then now it's like our brain, or maybe it's just me speaking about myself, my brain switches now and like starts paying attention to that. And then you mentioned the 8, I was like, oh. Then that's so it's like, so I don't know if it's just me. It could be just me. It could be
Exactly. I relate.
And you know
so
what?
Looking at something else, and I'm like, and then you point it out, then it's like, oh, I see. Okay.
So I know I made reference to this before, like when my brother would come over and he's going, what are you looking at? What do you see? Well, all this stuff is just kind of like happening in my mind. And I'm just like, for me, I told you guys when I was first exposed to this, it made sense to me. It made sense to me. Now, that other part I was telling you about, that psychological warfare I was having, I had to grow up. as a man, I had to grow up, and just a lot of things I had to grow up with, you know, because Mr. Tony wasn't always Mr. Tony. You know, he was like Tony. So I had to grow up.
Tony Montana.
And I had to be, I wasn't quite that wild, but, but I just, you know, this is the maturity. This right here is the time in the chair, the time in the trades, seeing different things, being exposed to all these different things occurring and happening to you. Because right now we're looking at what? The picture of strength, right? Pretty much, right? So there's a whole lot of different, and Patrick, like you were saying, there's a whole lot of pictures that are being painted. Now, which one is our eyes and mind perceiving?
Right.
You know, how is it clicking? How is it, unfolding for you?